Hey everybody, it's Lon.TV and we're checking out the Seagate wireless today, and the folks from Seagate sent this to the show to review. This is a $100 external hard drive. It's got 500 gigabytes under the hood. It connects to your computer via USB. It is USB 2.0, but the reason why it looks larger than other external hard drives might is that it has a battery as well as a little Wi-Fi server built in, so you can move files onto it and then stream those files like movies and other things from this to your mobile device like an iPhone or an Android device or a Kindle Fire. It also supports the Windows phones and tablets as well. So it has a lot of different app support out there. So it's a great way to kind of augment your storage. They say you get about 6 hours of streaming time out of it. And of course, if you use one of those external batteries, you could probably get a little bit more. Now, the way this works is if you just leave it off and then plug it into a computer, it will show up like any external drive would. So here we are on my Mac here. You can see the Seagate wireless just mounts itself up here, and you can then move files onto it. So what we'll do here is grab a little YouTube video from my YouTube channel and drag it into the videos folder here, and that will copy over that USB cable, and now it is on the drive. And then when we go to connect to it wirelessly, we should be able to play that back on my iPhone. So let's check that out. We'll get everything booted up and see how it works. All right, so I ejected the drive from our Mac and then turned it on with the power switch here, and you may not be able to see it, but the little Wi-Fi is lit up blue now, so now we are ready to connect our phone to it. So I'm going to switch over to my phone here. I'm going to find the Seagate wireless that is on the list. You can go in and set passwords for the wireless, so I do suggest you do that. Once it's connected, you'll see that it gets its own little IP address on here, and we'll back out of this menu and then load up the Seagate Media app, which is how you access this. Now, if you saw my review of the new Seagate NAS drive called the Personal Cloud, this is actually the very same app that you use for that. You use here as well for the Seagate wireless drive. So if we go over to videos, we'll let it index everything that's on there, and we should be able to find the video that we just uploaded from my Mac. So we'll click on it here, and let's see if it comes up. And there we go. So we've got the video, and we can kind of skip through everything. I can't rotate my phone right now, but we could make it go full screen and do that as well. And one other thing that we pointed out when we reviewed the Seagate Personal Cloud is that the app doesn't really do all that well with photo rendering. You can just see how cloudy and fuzzy it looks when you zoom in on a photo. So it really doesn't look as nice as it does when you're using the iPhone's native camera roll. Now, one thing that they said on the box that can be done that I haven't been able to get to work yet is streaming from your phone or other device to a Chromecast or an Apple TV. Now, this is a little complicated as to how all this stuff connects, but basically what's happening here in order to get this to work is that our phone has to connect to the wireless device here directly. So the Wi-Fi on the phone is communicating with the Wi-Fi on the Seagate wireless drive. You can then take the Seagate wireless drive and connect that to the internet via your local network connection. So as you can see at the top of the screen here, we have a little icon here indicating that we are connected to the drive, and then there's another icon here indicating that we've connected the drive to the internet, and we can basically get internet through the drive, and I can do that, but I can't see my Apple TVs and my Chromecast that are on my network that I know work, because if I disconnect everything and go back to just connecting directly, we'll be able to see the icon up here to be able to stream to those devices. So that was one thing I could not get to work, so we'll have to maybe come back to that one later. It could be a firmware issue or something like that. There are some other settings, though. You can go into the settings screen here and change a couple of things. So if we go to the Seagate wireless settings, this is where we could shut it down, restart it, rebuild its media database, and you can also go in and turn on the Wi-Fi password too. So if you want to start locking it down a little bit better, you can do that. You can also change the name of the device in there. Now you can also copy files from your phone to the Seagate wireless and vice versa. So you can store items in the app. If you wanted to take them off the drive, watch them, delete them, and then get something else, you can do that without actually having to be connected all the time. There's a way to do that. Those files, however, will live inside the app, so you can't move them around to other things very easily, but they can be downloaded from the drive. You can also upload things from your camera roll, for example, into the drive and then access them on other devices that are also connected to it. So it does take a little bit. As you saw, the little thing was twirling there. The bigger your photo camera roll is, the longer this will take to kind of get up and running. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of my list here. I've got a couple of movies that I shot earlier today out in the snow. So I'm going to grab maybe 2 of these. And what you do is you just hold your thumb down and get it into selection mode, as you can see there, and then tap on the ones that you want to send over. So I'm going to just click on upload here, and those 2 will go upload, and you'll see a little indicator bar at the bottom there moving across left to right as it's wirelessly transmitting those files over. And after that's done, what we're going to do is connect to my laptop my little Mac here, which is connected wirelessly also to the Seagate wireless drive. And we should be able to find those files on there as well. So I'll click on videos. So you'll notice that file that we copied earlier, which is from my YouTube channel, that one loads up fine if I click on it here. It'll just start playing right through the web embedded on the web app. But if I go back here and go back to one of those 4 files we just copied over, you'll see that it just downloads it onto my computer. It doesn't actually play it. So it looks like there's some kind of formatting issues here, maybe file format issues that are not all compatible with the web browser, which is disappointing because this is an iPhone video. It's usually pretty standard MPEG-4 H.264. It should play back, and it just doesn't seem to want to do that. But there are some other features on the web app to take a look at, so you can go in and change the name of the device here, kind of some of the same things you saw in the mobile app as well. It'll give you an idea of how many users are connected. You can turn on a password, so not only can you password protect the Wi-Fi network, you can also lock down the device itself so people can't just connect to it and grab your, or at least watch your media files and whatnot. So you do have some additional protections there. You can also shut it down here, and there's a few other things as well that aren't too important. But you kind of get a feel for how it works. It's basic transportation. They do have a more advanced version of this available. It's called the Wireless Plus, but this one really is kind of an external hard drive with the added bonus of some ability to transfer media back and forth to your mobile devices. So if you have kind of a need for having a place to store some big files that you don't want to keep on your phone all the time, this could be pretty useful. It is a pretty useful external hard drive as well. I just wish it was USB 3 so you get a little bit more transfer rate out of it, especially when you are just moving files back and forth. So not too bad for $100. It doesn't do all that much, but it can do a passable job of getting your media off your phone but still viewable. A couple more things just to keep in mind. You can't do any DRM'd content, so things that you bought from the iTunes store you cannot store on here and play back, as well as the Google Play Store too. So there are some limitations with things that are digitally rights managed, but things that are not copy protected, home movies and other things that you might want to play back on it, you should be able to do just fine with it. So that is the Seagate Wireless, and this is Lon.TV. Thanks for watching.